Hello everyone, I am MechaRandom42, your favorite YouTube harpy. Wow, this is a hard video to make. You know how you have the YouTube persona and you have to be like smiley or ranty, and you try and start your videos like that. But you get news that you just have to cover and you have to talk about, and it's like I'm trying not to make the makeup smear. I'm really trying not to here. A lot of you guys probably don't know who this is. This is one of my all-time favorite. I'm a legend, an idol, an inspiration. One of my music inspirations. Roky Erickson, 13th Floor Elevators frontman, singer, founding member. Roky Erickson, solo artist, musician, amazing performer. Weird performer, the type of music I like. Really, started in a psychedelic band in the 60s. Passed away today, 71. Why do I make a video of this? Because sometimes you've got to acknowledge that entertainment hits you. It sticks with you. It becomes a part of you. It's right alongside you, like a pet or a family member or a friend in some cases. Like it's another layer of your life. It is another part of you that is so much a part of you that you can connect to others with, that is almost as individual as a fingerprint. And when you find something that you latch onto so much, it hits you really hard when it's disappointing, like entertainment, and it hits you really even harder when it's just something that you love for what it is. And I loved Roky Erickson for what he was, a very brilliant and bizarre songwriter, pulling from that plane of existence that, you know, if you're into like the supernatural and occult and paranormal and stuff, which I do talk about on another podcast, you kind of feel like, oh, that's where this is coming from. This is coming from that. And I know I'm not going to get super, like, really superstitious or supernatural in this video. I do have some stories. I think I might tell them. I don't know. I'm trying not to cry on this one. They hit you, though. It hits you when they go. And So backstory here. Roky Erickson, founding member of the 13th Floor Elevators and pioneer of the psychedelic rock genre, has died. He was 71. And yeah, they were the first band to use the title. I mean, the psychedelic sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. Oh, I got two different versions. Different versions, different tracks. I'll show you this. I'll show you the collection in a second. This might be a long video. This is a tribute video. This is a fangirl video. This is a, you know, I lost somebody that made music I freaking love, damn it, video. And sometimes you want to cry about it. Sometimes you want to celebrate their lives, and sometimes you want to make videos. So here we go. The road lost a huge light and incredible soul. Sumner Erickson, Rocky's brother, confirmed to Austin 360 on Friday. It wasn't the easiest life, but he's free of all that now. Oh yeah, and this is why he's such kind of an inspiration and why he's a legend. And born Roger Kinnar Roky Erickson on July 15th, 1947, Erickson grew up in Austin, Texas. With a hunger for music, he began playing piano at the age of 5 and took up the guitar 5 years later. He dropped out of Travis High School in 1965, only a month before graduation, after the school's dress code required him to cut his trademark long hair. That's punk right there. That's balls, man. I would do something like that. I'd be like, yo, fuck you. I'm not gonna change my hair. I love that. And this is the type of stuff this is the type of people that sometimes you can like be inspired by, or, and I know I got weird influences, but man. Instead, Erickson went on to found the 13th Floor Elevators alongside bandmate Tommy Hall. I got a story. I got stories. Within a year, they released their debut album, 1966. This is the psychedelic sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators, which spawned their iconic hit, You're Gonna Miss Me. If you watch High Fidelity is the opening song that they play. They used to play it like in around 2006 on a Dell commercial, a computer commercial. In 1968, Erickson was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, prompting a visit to Houston Psychiatric Hospital, where he involuntarily received electroconvulsive therapy. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Like, oh, the primitive, archaic methods. Here, given the band's vocal support of psychedelics, they often drew heat from law enforcement agencies. And in 1969, Erickson was arrested for possession of a single marijuana joint. Oh, I was hearing stories that they were searching cars for like one seed they would bust people on back then. Like the law was a dick. Like a similar thing happened with the singer from Quicksilver Messenger Service, where he got arrested for like, what was it, like a seed or something ridiculous like that. To avoid a potential and preposterous 10-year incarceration, Erickson pled not guilty to the charges by reason of insanity. He was sent to Austin State Hospital and later sent to Rusk State Hospital following multiple escapes. At Rusk, he was subjected to torturous electroconvulsive therapy and Thorazine treatment until released in 1972. Backstory stuff, like, I'm surprised they've been talking for years about making a movie of his life story. Oh man. And I often say that Roky Erickson is like one of my two favorite Rogers that went crazy in the 1960s. The other one was Syd Barrett, also born with the name Roger. From Pink Floyd, if you guys are Pink Floyd fans. Yeah, Pink Floyd had a whole other, like, career in the psychedelic era. I'm a music geek, so I know this video won't get a whole lot of views here, but upon his release, Erickson would swap psychedelics for hard rock horror sounds of the Aliens. One of my favorites. Hard rock, horror, all those elements, the sci-fi, the horror. I'll read some of the song titles here. Hopefully they'll get into it. We go on to record 2 albums that would be later released during the 80s. During his time, he would also perform with the Riverside Chords, the Nerve Breakers, and the Explosives. That's the incarnation I've seen, the Explosives. Needless to say, his work was quite prolific, and he amassed several singles, albums, and live efforts. Oh, I want to click it. I don't want to click it because I don't want to get copywritten, but click it. Click the link. Please click the link. Oh, trust me, it's weird. My introduction to Roky Erickson, first time I ever heard him, the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack. They used the song Burn the Flames. Weird. Here I sit a vampire at my piano. Flames burn hellishly higher. I love it. It's horror movie. I love the horror movie aspect of it. You know me in horror movies. I got them all over my walls. I hope you guys know that about me. I hope you guys do. My long-time viewer, if you're new here, yeah, you might not know that. The 80s were a reclusive time for Erickson. In 1982, he insisted a Martian inhabited his body. He claimed he walked back on when his friend enlisted a notary public to notarize his statement. He also became obsessed with the mail, writing letters to solicitors and taping his neighbors' letters to his walls, a hobby that came to an end in 1989 when he was arrested for mail theft. The charges were dropped. Interest in Erickson began to increase, however, when Sire and Warner Brothers released their 1990 tribute album, or the Pyramid Meets the Eye collection. I remember seeing that all over the record stores, like with a little cutout puncture thing. The collection featured a bounty of covers from the Jesus and Mary chain to R.E.M. to ZZ Top, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, Butthole Surfers, of course. I would hope so. Because I know Gibby Haynes from the Butthole Surfers is a huge Roky Erickson fan. I never got this. I need to get this. One of these days I'll get it. Primal Scream and other essential artists of the era. Guess who else? Huge Roky Erickson fan. Ghost. Saw them in Chicago last November. Oh my god, they were amazing. That's how I found Ghost, was through the Roky Erickson cover of If You Have Ghosts, even. Holy shit. 5 years later, Erickson returned to the fold with All That Made You My Rhyme, which was released through Butthole Surfers drummers King Coffee's own label, Trans Syndicate Records. Huge Butthole Surfers fan too, by the way. You guys wanted me to talk about stuff I love just today, and I hate making the first video of stuff I love. That's gone now. Oh man. It's alright. Then the release was paired with the publication of Openers 2, a collection of his lyrics that Henry Rollins issued through his 21361 publication with help from Erickson's youngest brother, Sumner. That's coming back. Pretty much everything they're mentioning, I could I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up at the end. We'll do a show and tell at the end. Yeah, this is a tribute video. 2001, Erickson established legal trust to his brother Sumner, who was granted legal custody of his older sibling to ensure he received effective medical aid. In addition to controlling his schizophrenia with the right medication, Erickson also saw his finances and contracts sorted out. It was the beginning of what led to a very fruitful era for Erickson. One that truly began in 2005 with the release of Kevin McAllister's documentary, You're Gonna Miss Me. Oh, I didn't grab that off my shelf. I do have that one too. I believe I do. I've got a couple of DVDs. The same year, Erickson returned to the stage at Austin City Limits with the Explosives, where he performed his first full-length concert in 20 years. I saw him the first time he went back to San Francisco after, 1979 or something. He followed the performance up with 11 more gigs in Austin that year, and even obtained a driver's license for his newly purchased Volvo. From there, Erickson enjoyed an incredible resurgence, performing his first ever gig in New York City, a shot at Coachella, and a European tour that kicked off with sold-out performances overseas at London's Royal Festival Hall. He also began working with younger talent, from Mogwai to Okerville River, I can't read that, to Austinize the Black Angels, who would go on to serve as his backing band. Oh, I love that guitar. I'm kind of in a hollow body mood. Guitar player, sorry. We'll go off on a tangent. In 2010, Erickson released currently his last album, True Love Cast Out All Evil. I don't remember if I probably do, which he recorded alongside Okerville River. Now I gotta know. No, that's the one I think I don't have. Actually. Bad me. I think that's about the time I stopped buying stuff. Because I just couldn't afford stuff. Even making his way down under for the first time before eventually reuniting with the 13th Floor Elevators at the 2015 Levitation Festival. Lineup included Hall, John Ike Walton, and Ronnie Leatherman. Erickson is survived by his brother Sumner and an archive of material that feels truly infinite. Oh, I can. Oh, that's the 60s. That's the 13th Floor Elevators era. All right. We're gonna get into story time. We're gonna get into show and tell. So tribute and. I don't want to cry, but I kind of want to cry. And I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this? Why am I still watching? And I thank you if you guys are. I do have the book. And I paid not a little, but not a ton for. So, I don't know, Roky Erickson and the Explosives, San Francisco Great American Music Hall. This is the first time he had returned to San Francisco. So this whole trip, I drove from Vegas through the place through the strip that James Dean was killed on, I believe. So that little stretch of road when you drive up from Vegas to San Francisco, I think. And during this trip, the person I was with at the time was like, look under the bed. I swear I hearing ghosts. And, the bed felt like it was moving across the floor. It felt like super haunted in this hotel. You'd hear kids running up and down the halls, and there's no kids staying there. It was right next to the concert. It was a Motel 6 right next to this place. So that I think I can confirm that might be haunted or something spooky. I was having weird kind of really vivid dreams where I was seeing exactly what was happening. There's just maids coming into the room, but they're from 1900, and there's a giant earthquake and fire and everything going on. So I think it might have been haunted, that hotel room. I wasn't on hallucinogens or anything, unless somebody slipped them to me at Tower Records or something. But so yeah, that's the first album. There are different versions of different tracks on these, and they're different mixes. I think this one actually sounds better than this one, I believe. Yeah. There's more. I need to find a place to put all these. All right, hold that. Second album, 13th Floor Elevators, Easter Everywhere. Oh God, I love this one too. You gotta find it. Go click. I'll link this article. Go click them. I don't want to play music, but man, I've actually done Roky Erickson song. I think I did Bloody Hammer on Mary Mayhem's stream. This is basically the mini LP. And that's why I love that. Oh God, and better mixes. And this one has all the bonus tracks, but this one looked like the LP. So I think I got this one first, and then I found this one. It has just a ton of bonus tracks. And one of the bonus tracks is, is it on this one or is it the other one? There's a song that Pal St. John. Actually, they recorded a few songs. There's a San Francisco musician, Pal St. John. They recorded a few of his songs, and he was actually at the Roky Erickson concert I was at, and so was the wife of the jug player of this band, and she was talking about her experiences knowing Janis Joplin in Texas in the 60s, and how, like, Janis Joplin would like, record something, and then let them sing it, and she would leave the room because she didn't want to hear herself sing. And I'm like, dude, that's I can relate. I can relate. So that's when I do karaoke, I'll cover Janis songs, and I cover 60s stuff. You know, the 13th Floor Elevators album. This is not quite as good. This wasn't quite as good. Like, the first two were phenomenal though. This is the album he recorded in the mental institution, I believe. Never Say Goodbye. This is really hard to find now. I'm really glad I got it. It's very folksy. It's just acoustic guitar and vocals. You can hear his voice isn't nearly. It's like he's not well in this one. You can really hear it. You can hear it in his voice. He can barely sing. This is a whole really super rare collection. He's singing, like, Donovan songs. Hide Behind the Sun. When My Ship Comes In. Oh god, he's doing Dylan. He's doing Baby Let Me Follow You Down. All this stuff. Oh god, there's good stuff on here. If you can find this one, I think this is a bootleg. If you can find this one, I highly recommend. I recommend all of them. Gremlins Have Pictures, another good one. Just a lot of good folksy acoustic stuff. Like Night of the Vampire is not really acoustic. Oh, Burn the Flames is on here. I think it's a different version. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. Oh yeah, I've got the Evil Hook, Wildlife. This one's more bluesy. This is definitely more of the blues influence one. You got, like, Bo Diddley as a headhunter and the Beast. He does the Beast live, or he did the Beast live when I saw him. Don't Slander Me. There's another. This was probably, I think, yeah, this is the one with Burn the Flames that they used from Return of the Living Dead. This other one on the other CD isn't. But yeah, God, there's just so much good stuff on here. And he's like the demonic Buddy Holly is a good way to describe him a lot. This one, Don't Knock the Rock, this one's really hard to find too on Norton Records. You got him singing Teenager in Love, Angel Baby, Stand By Me, but he changes up the lyrics to some of these. Yeah, things go bump in the night or all right, stuff like that. He's very much the horror guitar and music and stuff. Bumblebee Zombies on this one too. That's a real hard one to find. Listen to Bumblebee Zombie. This is like the album, Roky Erickson and the Aliens, the Evil One. This is pretty much like the go-to album. This has, you know, if you have ghosts, it has Two-Headed Dog, I Think of Demons, which is actually titled, I think, Of Demons here. So I Think Up Demons is, I believe, the actual title, and this is the original. That's the original pressing, I believe. This is a reissue. I had a bootleg of this. This is the acoustic concert he did in 1984 that they did one of the documentaries for. And he's actually doing another Pal St. John song on this one, Right Track Now, which is really, really good. So yeah, look up Pal St. John on YouTube. He's really cool too. This one is the You're Gonna Miss Me, the best of Roky Erickson. This one and the Evil One are the first two I bought after my bootleg of this that I found somewhere else, which I had a different cover of. It looked like a bootleg. This one somebody made me. This is Roky Erickson and the Explosives, the Casting the Runes album, off of an LP. Somebody made me that off an LP. But yeah, it's a lot more of the same, like The Wind and More, and I Walked with a Zombie, and all those. All That Made Do My Rhyme, I think, is the last one I had. I guess I didn't get the other one. This is the last one I had. And I think this is the one he did with Luann Barton. And he just kind of re-recorded a lot of his other stuff. It's a little more country. Of course, this one's this is kind of a must. It's a good starter. It's the anthology. It's a double disc. It'll give you a little bit of everything and some rare stuff, different versions. See, I'm not crying anymore. I'm like geeking out over music. So thank you guys for sticking with me. If you're sticking with me. Oh, and I think that was it. And of course the book of poetry, which I put way too far off frame here. Of course it's song lyrics. And of course I put the Pal St. John thing that I got at the concert when I saw Roky Erickson live, one of the flyers that I got there. But yeah, it's all the song lyrics and more and more and more and more and more. Like that's the cover of Never Say Goodbye. Just photos. Really good. If you can find this, it's probably easier to find now than it was when I was looking for it. Yeah, it's all the lyrics and writings, little stories. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm sorry for doing just a off the cuff of my head tribute thing, and this is why I don't talk about music, because you really can't play anything without getting copyright claims and stuff on YouTube, or blocked or striked or whatever. I am Mecha Random 42. I will see you guys. Oh man, rock and roll, man. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.